Hi, welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. So nice to have you here. This is going to be a pick a pile reading to see what does the rest of 2020 have in store for you. So before we go into picking the piles, let me explain to you how this reading is going to work. Please do listen to this part because intention is very, very important. All right. So for every pile, I'm going to look into how the past 9 to 10 months of 2020 has been for you. So I include this this section for you, so that as you listen to the reading, you will know whether or not this reading or whichever pile that you've picked will resonate with you or not. All right, and if it doesn't, don't worry about it, and it's totally up to you whether or not you want to continue the rest of the reading, or if you just want to choose to leave this video. Okay, it's totally up to you. All right, and then after that, we're going to go into seeing what the next 2-3 months has in store for you. I still cannot believe we're in October already. I've done nothing. I mean nothing. There's nothing happening for the past 9 to 10 months for me. Okay. Anyway, after that, we're going to see what universe, what spirit, what source has for you. Maybe they have to see if they have any messages, to see what advice they have for you for the next 2-3 months, so that at the very least you can make the best out of the rest of 2020 for you. All right. I've actually included a lot of oracle cards and guidance cards. For one, I am using this self-care oracle. I really like this oracle card a lot, and I actually pulled this for every pile. I pulled 3 of this for you. So I hope that when you go into the reading, please always try to focus more on yourself. Empowerment is so important right now. All right, as opposed to you're hoping, oh, what's going to come for you, there's going to be opportunities for you, instead of waiting for opportunities to come. I'm not saying there isn't any, but instead of waiting, you can also try to make something, try to come up with an idea, just to make the best of things. All right. And then after that, I'm also pulling this Enchanted Blossoms by Carla Morrow. I feel that this is more towards what it is that you need right now. Okay, so that once your energy is in the right vibration, then it's going to be easier for you for the next 2-3 months to come. Right. And then of course I pulled another from the Botanical Inspirations, and for those of you who are interested in to know what's going on in your love life, maybe to come, or just something that you have to know, I actually pulled one for you from this Affirmators Love and Relationships deck. All right. So let's go into picking the piles. So I have prepared 3 piles for you. So this is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. All right. So with that intention in mind, try to feel which pile is calling out to you. Try to feel which crystal is calling out to you. All right. So for the crystals here, for the pile number 1, I have a pyrite. I hope you can see. I put the camera a bit further so you can see the whole table. This is pyrite. For pile number 2, we have a tiger's eye. I'm so sorry for the small. I took this from one of my tumbled stones. I don't really have a pyrite. I should buy one. Not pyrite, sorry, tiger's eye. Okay, and finally for the third pile, we have a rutilated quartz. Okay, so I hope that was good enough for you. The camera's a bit further. Alright, so you can pause this video if you need to. Just try to feel which pile is calling out to you. Try to feel which crystal is calling out to you, whichever way you want to do it. Okay? And whenever you're ready, I will see you at the timestamps. Hello, pile number 1. This is going to be your reading. So I'm going to put the pyrite here so I can see. this is your pile. All right, so let me see, give me a second. Let me put this here. Okay, so oh yeah, I forgot about this one, so let's put this one right here instead. All right, we'll talk about this tree later. All right, so in the past, okay, this is what's coming for you. Okay, so for this part, all right, once you listen to it, if you feel that it resonates with you, then very likely the whole reading will resonate with you. All right, if you feel that the past, especially the past section, if it doesn't resonate with you, you can choose to either continue the whole reading, or you can choose to leave this video. It's totally up to you. All right, okay, so advice is for me, advice is more important, but let's see what happens. Okay, so in the past, let's see, for the past 9 to 10 months, what has how has the past 9 to 10 months of 2020 been for you? 4 of Pentacles, Hanged Man, and Ace of Cups. And really not a lot to say, because due to quarantine and all that, you know, things have been on a things has slowed down for you. Resources, not so much. I didn't it's not that you're in a totally bad state, but you know, you did go through a time where you have to hold on to your resources, you know, trying not to spend too much, and at the same time, you know, to me it just feels like, you know, you're holding on to a lot of your resources, you know, your food, your materials, your property, even your money. Most important is money. I mean, it's just resources. It depends on what resources is to you, isn't it? Okay, so you're holding on to very, very important things. At the same time, you also felt that, you know, things are out of your control, but at the same time, you also surrender, you know, that you have this, you very likely have this energy where, you know, it's, you know, this quarantine happened, you know. People are trying not to fall sick, trying to avoid the coronavirus. So even if you were to stress out, it's not going to help. Okay, so you choose to be in a hangman position where you just let go. Yes, I'm struggling, my hands are tied behind my back, but at the same time, I'm not going to struggle, simply because, you know, when you're in a hangman position, you know, this person, when this person, you know, the idea of this hangman is that this person is not just not struggling. I'm sorry, kind of like tongue-tied a bit. The person is not struggling, and at the same time, they're able to see from a different perspective. All right? And, you know, in a way, perhaps you did see some, I wouldn't say silver lining. It's more of like, you can see the bigger picture as compared to others, perhaps. Okay? But one thing's for sure, it has not been an easy, I wouldn't say easy, it's just that you're not happy. I mean, of course, everyone doesn't have it easy. You're not happy with the past 9 to 10 months, and it's understandable, right? If it's not that you're not happy, it's more like, you know, nothing's happening. And very likely it has brought you to this state of a very low vibration of, you know, I'm just going to stay where I am. I'm not going to move, simply because even if I move, what's going to happen? You know, you couldn't see the positive. You know, you couldn't see the silver lining. I know just now I said something like, you being able to see the bigger picture. It's a very dimmed energy. It's a very, I wouldn't say closed off. I don't really feel introvert here. But it's sort of like, you know, you sort of let things flow, and at the same time trying to make sure that you do not lose too much of your things, of what is valuable to you. Okay, Ace of Cups here is telling me, you know, I don't feel you're very upset, to be really honest. I don't feel that this card tells me that you're really upset. It's just that you know, it's very hard to be happy over the past 9 to 10 months. Okay? Okay, so for what's coming for you for the next the rest of 2020, I'm gonna pull one card for you here. I just want to make sure. Okay, so give me one more card for this King of Pentacles. Alright, so the next 2-3 months to come, you'll be able to get out from this very dimmed energy, simply because, you know, you have this Ace of Swords. To me is you're resolved in doing something. Okay, perhaps right now, you know, it's more you see it as an important time for you to do something, you know, so that you can be the King of Pentacles here. Why I pulled another card is because I see that from the Four of Pentacles jumping to the King of Pentacles, it's a very, very vast. It's the energy shift is too much, it's too strong. But because you have the Ace of Swords, because, you know, you're telling yourself, I am not going to be in this state anymore. Okay, now for Malaysia, we are not going into partial lockdown or anything, and you know, but you know, there's still a lot of cases going around. They're getting more and more cases. The number is increasing, but even so, you're not going to let that control or affect you. You know. You know what to do. I think it's because it's something like for the past 9 to 10 months, you know, you've seen how things go, you know, you learn, you collect the experience, you know, say, okay, so what I have to do in order to, you know, earn money or try to be comfortable or trying to be comfortable, I have to do this and this and this and this. And this is why you have your Ace of Swords here, because you have finally gotten control, you know. You're finally telling yourself, okay, this is it. Past 9 to 10 months has been horrible. Fine. I'm just going to let it be in the past. I'm just going to focus on what's important for me right now. You know, in a way, you can see that, you know, you are making that opportunity for yourself, and which is great, which is good. You know, you have the Star here, you have the Strength here, which these two combinations is so beautiful in the sense that, you know, you are starting to grow, you know, but you grow in a very slow pace. You know, you're learning to open yourself to whatever comes, but at the same time, you know, it's like, okay, so now that we are in this time, I am going to I'm open to all kinds of possibilities. I'm open to all kinds of opportunities. All right, and so you are actually healing from whatever is going on. Sometimes healing doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have a wound, or you need to have or some PTSD or something. It can just be as simple as, you know, you are growing from a past state. All right. And with that, with the Strength here, there is a hint. The Strength does indicate a bit of having patience, you know, and not being scared to do things. Of course, it's Strength. That's why you call it Strength. Okay, so I like how the next 2-3 months for you, you are going to grow. You are going to be to make the best out of things around you. Okay, because we have the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is someone who is, they are very abundant in the sense that, you know, they they calculate risks. They may be slow, but otherwise, you know, they are very careful. All right, they are very cautious. And perhaps that's something that you have to consider, especially when you are making decisions. To be really honest, times are very volatile right now. It's not easy to make decisions. But with the King of Pentacles, if you do embody this energy, then you will get the best of decisions. All right. All right. So. So now let's move on into the other cards. So what does universe want you to know? Advice for you for the next 2-3 months. So okay, good. So this is in line with what's to come for you in the next 2-3 months. Temperance here, 9 of Swords and Page of Pentacles. Very likely. Okay, now I can understand why from the four you can jump from the 4 of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles, because there is a Page of Pentacles for you, meaning to say whatever it is that you are doing, perhaps during the quarantine time, you know, your business or your ideas, your projects, they were stuck. Your job, it was at a position where, you know, it has come to a halt, okay, and that's why you're holding on to your resources so much, okay. But because we have the Page of Pentacles here, it's saying that whatever, you know, now your job, now your work, now your money is coming in, not so much, it's a bit slow, and you know, because you are the King of Pentacles, meaning to say you're able to do this project or whatever business it is, or this whatever this money that is coming in, you're able to take this money and invest. Very likely investment is involved here. Invest in some other things that's going to help you. All right, but the thing is that you have to not worry, you know. One thing I want to remind you here is we have the Temperance. The Temperance is telling you, you know, try not to make fast decisions. All right, you have to go with the flow, you know, and you have to it's kind of like, you know, negotiate, you know. Temper itself means, you know, trying to adjust, okay. Temperance, if you were to talk about alchemy, if you were to talk about something, if you were to talk about your own body, it's saying that, you know, whenever there's worry that comes in, you know, you worry if this is gonna work or not. Temperance is saying, you know, try to get from the worried state to some place where you're not worried. That's what it means, okay. So when you're worried, you know, when you are anxious, when you're unsure, then so Temperance is telling you, okay, so don't worry. So what can you do to stop that worry? Okay, first of all, declutter your mind, meditate, go and seek advice from other people. All right, but advice itself, in the advice section itself, we already have the 9 of Swords, meaning to say very likely you don't have to worry a lot, okay. Just go with the flow of Temperance. All right, and I like that you have Temperance, Strength, and Star here. Very, very nice major arcanas to have. Whatever it is that you're doing, based on these cards alone, try not to rush it. Slow and steady wins the race. All right. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I can see. If there's anything else I can feel from the cards. Nothing that I've not said already. Okay, so now let's move on to, so for these cards, these are the self-care oracle, the sacred self-care oracle cards. So this is, I hope that, you know, do pay attention to this, because this is going to be very important for you. Okay, look to the stars, clear your energy field, and look for fairies. Somehow I have a feeling this will arrive, you know. This card will come. Okay, so look to the stars. So look to the stars, you know, this can talk about definitely astrology. So look to the stars. Okay, why astrology can help you is because, you know, we believe in the mantra, as above so below. Okay, whatever is happening in the cosmos is reflecting, is either reflecting or is going to reflect on what's happening on earth, on this earth plane here. All right, so we have the moon here, the moon phase here. So if you were to read up on the new moon, the full moon phase, it's where you set the intention for yourself to either start something new or to either let something go. Okay, to be honest, I'm not really fluent in moon phases, but I think for those of you who are into those, you will understand what I'm talking about. All right. I only know a bit of astrology, to be really honest, but what I do know is what they mean by look to the stars here is saying that you can always use the moon phases and the astrology for reference. All right. Try to avoid just following your sun signs, okay? Because for every person we have a birth chart, okay? And in every birth chart, for every person's birth chart, we have 12 houses and we have 12 planetary 12 planets, and the way they are positioned is going to affect your personality and predict, and they're able to predict on what's to come. Okay, of course there's a lot of what you call it, calculations involved, so it'll be easier and it'll be better for you if you know your, at the very least, your sun sign, your rising sign or ascendant sign, your moon sign, and your what's the other one? Well, I wanted to say Venus, but I mean, I think for some of you who are interested in love, you can look towards Venus, all right? But to me, I think the most important thing is your rising sign, which is your ascendant. For that, you need your birth time, your birthplace, and of course your birthday, all right? Okay, so look to the stars, you know, just for reference, all right? Then the next one, we have clear your energy field. Okay, very likely, you know, because of what happened for the past 9 to 10 months, when you're so in this energy of, you know, where you're feeling everything's gloomy and dark and dim. So clearing your energy field is it's like using crystals, you know, using crystals to energize your space, to energize yourself. For some, we use this lady here is using sage. Okay. You can use sage, you can use Palo Santos, you can use, well, normally Palo Santos we try to avoid because I think it's more like, I try to avoid Palo Santos, to be really honest. I would just recommend sage. Forget what I said about Palo Santos. Don't buy Palo Santos. Okay. What else? So what's the idea of clearing your energy field? You know, psychologically speaking, when you set the intention of this certain thing to clear energy, to energize you, okay, you are halfway there, in the sense that, you know, you are telling your brain releases all negative energy from your body, meaning to say, I don't want to feel any more stress. I want to feel relaxed. So you are using crystals and sage to amplify that intention, and that's gonna help you. Okay, so you can sometimes you don't have to use sage. You know, sage is not easy to find for some people, and if you're not into crystals, that's okay, and if you are, that's good. You can also use incense, you know, those scented incense, like those I have like lotus incense, and another one's lavender. You can also use essential oils. Those are good, because the idea is just for you to, so sorry so sorry about that, my camera got cut off. Okay, so you can use essential oils, to clear your energy, to make you feel more relaxed, so that when you want to set the intentions to do something, for example, if you were to use the moon phases to set the intentions to start something, to let go, it is easier for you because you have a clearer mind. So your brain is more, will work towards manifesting that thing for you. Okay? And then later we have look for fairies. Okay, so somehow I knew this would come up because, to be really honest, I have a bit of worry about this because I myself have not seen fairies, but I know other people who have. So to me, when it comes to look for fairies, I guess it's more about, you know, believing in the unseen, believing in something that you cannot see. Okay, I cannot see fairies. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you, oh, I'm spiritual and all that, I can feel the fairies, la 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 la. I cannot see fairies. Okay. But so how will this resonate to those of you who cannot see fairies like me? Okay, so for those of you who can see fairies, to be really honest, I don't know anything about it. I would really appreciate it if you can share with me your experience in seeing fairies. How do they look like, and what do they do, and how are they able to help you? I'm open to knowing all these things. I think it's really fun. I think it's really interesting, right? Anyway, so for those of us who cannot see fairies, this is just as simple as saying, you know, sometimes you don't get to see certain things. Doesn't mean that it's not there. How we are going to apply this into the reading is saying, just because, you know, you don't see, you know, you work so hard, you know, and you don't see the rewards coming in. You don't see anything, you don't see any possibility of the reward coming in. But that doesn't mean that it's not coming. That doesn't mean it's not there. It's just that perhaps the thing is growing, but you do not see it yet. Okay? Point is, don't give up. All right? Have faith, and one day it will show up. Okay? Okay. All right. So let's look at the rest of the cards. Glucksimia. Love at first sight, prime spirit. When I saw you, I fell in love and smiled because you knew. Okay, wait, hang on. Let me check to see if this is going to resonate with this love card. I'm a catch. Cool. I'm a total catch, and I know all the reasons why. I know that anyone would be lucky to be with me, and that doesn't mean I'm arrogant or snobby. Self-respect is just one of the many qualities exhibited by this complete and utter babe. Okay, I'm a catch. Okay, so these two cards are saying to have faith in yourself, to be really confident in yourself. Okay, self-respect is so important in the sense that, you know, you don't let anyone push you or take advantage of you. See it in a way, you know, sometimes it's saying know when to say no. No, I feel that these cards are saying that, you know, there's going to be people who are going to approach you, and you may not like some of them, if not all of them, and that's okay. You don't have to be a people pleaser. I want to say that maybe for some of you, you're going to meet someone, but at the same time, to be really honest, I don't see it. Let me double check this for you. So this one comes with a small mini book. So Glucksimia. There are rare moments in life when you meet someone and you know in an instant that this person will be important to you for a long time. People come into our lives to teach us the lessons we are ready to learn. Some stay for a while, leave footprints on our hearts, and we are never ever the same. Okay, so it can mean like this. Okay, for some of you, this is definitely you're going to definitely meet someone meet someone that is going to be special or important in your life. But do take note that just because, you know, they come into your life, that doesn't mean that they will stay forever. Simply because these people are, you know, in that very moment, you know, we attract these people. Okay, so what I'm saying is that sometimes, okay, you can be a very confident person, and then one day you meet someone, you know, you're really into, but they're not that confident. It's simply because their energy is attracted to you. Okay, so you have to, you know, and the thing is, it may not be that one person. You may be attracting others as well. So let's say you have you know 3, 4, 5, 6 people who are like that. Okay, and it's totally up to you. You know, don't be a people pleaser. Okay, it's okay to say no, and it's very important that you do not let these people take advantage of you. Okay, so this is what I see in these 2 cards. And I like that we have this I'm a catch, you know, in the sense that, you know, it's kind of, in Malaysia we call it jual mahal, which is kind of like, you know, you have this price tag on you, okay, and you know, it's like if this person wants me, then they have to show me, you know, that they want me, something like that. Okay, it's not, and that's why this card saying it doesn't mean that I'm arrogant or snobby. You know, self-respect is so important. You can be nice, you have to be nice, okay, but don't let people take advantage of you. That's what these 2 cards say. Okay, all right, so the last one, what we have here, thoughtfulness. Okay, so let me double check thoughtfulness. Hang on. Okay, I think I understand why these 3 cards is here, because very likely you are a very, very nice person, and you are always thinking about other people first than yourself. Okay, so let me check with thoughtfulness. And it's okay, it's not wrong. It's okay to help, wanting to help people. It's okay to be nice to people. What's not okay is if they are making you feel bad about yourself, if they are taking advantage of you, you know, and you know it's not right. You know, you can keep saying, oh, I'm helping them, they say they don't know how to do this, so I'm doing this whole thing for them. Well, it's totally up to you if you're okay with it, but there has to be a borderline. You know, yes, this person comes to you because they don't know how to do it. Then instead of helping them to do their work for them, isn't it better if you were to teach them how to do that work for themselves? Okay, I hope you understand what I'm saying. So thoughtfulness, let me see. Thoughtfulness should be an easy thing to accomplish, as we spend most of our waking hours thinking about things, and yet many thoughts fly through our minds unbidden and unnoticed. This card challenges you to pay more attention to the thoughts in your head. Be mindful of how you think about yourself and others. Pay close attention to the language you use in your self-talk. Being aware of what is going on in your head is the first step to discovering who you are. It also helps you assess the way you handle yourself and your thoughts about people and situations. Choose your thoughts carefully and mold them into a positive dialogue within yourself. Okay, so this one is about this one. These 2. Okay, so just be careful of what you're feeding yourself, which is why it's so important for you to clear an energy field. Okay, because when you keep feeding negative thoughts to yourself, you are only doing damage to yourself. Okay, and part of why this negative talk happens is because of how you always want to please other people. Okay, and that's why we have this look to the stars. It's a reference. It's not, I wouldn't say it's definite. I'm pretty sure a lot of astrologers go, oh, of course it's definite. What is Eileen Terrace talking about? Yes, yeah, I know. For those of us who are not fluent, okay, like me, I'm not fluent in astrology, and I'm not going to say what I'm saying is right. Okay, so for people like me who aren't fluent in astrology, what I usually do is I I know I read a lot. I am actually picking up astrology myself, okay? And I use that as reference. You know, I pay attention to, like, for example, you know, I think it was yesterday on the 2 days ago, 7th of October. I think it was Mercury conjunct another planet, because I read in an FB post where, you know, shit's gonna happen. And as much as some of us do not want to believe in astrology, sometimes I feel that they are really, really, really accurate, you know. And for the past 2, 3, 4 days, around 7th of October, my life has been like a roller coaster. Like, seriously, I was, I have, the place there where I'm staying suffers water disruption, and it was without notice. So I have only kept, like I've only managed to store a bit of water for a day or two. And when the water did come back, when the water did resume, the apartment that I'm staying, the water pump that pumps the water from the source outside into our apartment units, that water pump is spoiled. So my condominium, my apartment is still without water. It's like, and we are in the midst of coronavirus pandemic. So anyway, point is, you can definitely use astrology as reference, all right? And then, you know, you try to see if you can overcome the energies, you know, that may happen during that time. All right? Okay, I've done ranting, I've done talking too long. Okay, so what else? I think that's all there is. All right, so pile number 1, I hope that this reading has been helpful to you. I hope you have gotten insights from it. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next video. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. This is going to be a reading. So I'm going to put the tiger's eye here. Okay, so hang on. Let me arrange them. Okay, so this is going to be the important part. This is what the 9 to 10 months of 2020 has been for you. This is what's to come for you, and this is going to be your advice. So this part is more important, okay? But this part here will tell you whether or not this reading will resonate with you. And if it doesn't, it's totally up to you if you want to continue the rest of the reading or if you just want to leave this video, all right? All right. So we have the World, 3 of Cups, and the Star. Oh, it's not bad. The World, 3 of Cups, and the Star. So despite being quarantined and being stuck in an enclosure, I mean, to me, the world here is like an enclosure. It's like, you know. But at the same time, I think you have a lot of fun in your social media, like TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and all that. You had very good time in the sense that, you know, you're with those you care about and those who care about you. You're with your friends, you know. Very likely you spend a lot of time on social media, internet. And it's very healing for you for some reason. You know, sometimes you have to think on why this coronavirus happened. I mean, I know it is a collective karma for, you know, for the whole earth, for everyone. But in a way, when you try to see the silver lining of why this pandemic happened, you can see that for some of us, you know, it helps us reflect on what's important to us. It helps us reflect on, okay, I shouldn't have taken this for granted. I should have done this and this and this and this, you know. for you, it's more of, you know, you finally have this chance to be with those you love and those you care. Okay, it's a very healing time. I know this, I say this second time again. It has been very good for your soul. And you feel complete in the sense that, you know, I have important people around me, and that's what's important for the past 9 to 10 months for you. Okay, not a lot to say here. All right, so what's to come for you for the next 2-3 months? 5 of Pentacles, Death, and 10 of Swords. I'm going to clarify some cards for you. First of all, don't be scared, okay? I'm just gonna clarify all of them. So universe, what is this 5 of Pentacles about? What is this 5 of Pentacles about? Why is this Death about? Death. Show me why the Death is here. Show me why the Death is here. So is it good or bad? That's good. Yeah, just tell me why the 10 of Swords is here then. Why the 10 of Swords is here. Give me one card for all of them. What does the rest of October 2020 have in store for them? Okay, great. Okay, so we've clarified that. All right. So yeah, I mean, just with just the 5 of Pentacles, the Death card, and the 10 of Swords is very scary, right? All right. So I have clarified for you, so don't worry about it. Nothing. I think there's something new going on for you, and it may be that you're a bit insecure about yourself, you know, whether or not you can do it, whether or not you can face what's coming for you. With the Page of Rods here is saying that, you know, because, you know, you have to push yourself to do it. All right, we definitely something, you know, it's kind of like just you resuming work and all that. You know, but you have had the, you know, it's kind of like, I had my rest. I like this feeling of not doing anything and being with my family, being with the people that I love and care. And now it's like, okay, chop chop, you have to get up and, you know, continue your life and do your work. So, oh, I have to go back again, because having that change means that you have to live this comfort, okay? And the thing is, it may be that you lost your confidence, you know, because you have had too long of a good time. So it's kind of like, you have to, you know, it's kind of like, you know, when you are, you know, you woke up after the alarm blares at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then you're like, I have to get to work, you know. It's that kind of energy where you have to pull yourself out from the bed and go to work, okay? I like that the Death card is here. So the Death card is about transformation. All right, it's the death of something. You know, perhaps, you know, as much as, you know, you are comfortable for the past 9 to 10 months, it has been very, very, it has been like, it's kind of like, you know, you are like just like this wounded soldier, you know. You are waiting, but at the same time you cannot do anything about it. All right, so that's the transformation of, you know, this energy has to go, so that the 8 of Wands can come in. It's just like what I said, you know, you wake up, you know, the alarm blares at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, and then you have to get up and get, oh, I have to go to work. Why do I have to go to work? You know, that kind of energy is definitely just that. Okay. Ten of Swords with the Four of Swords. It's kind of like you have to face the fact that this is like a new, you know, because of coronavirus, a lot of things change. A lot of people have to come up with new ideas and new business plans and new, you know, new stuffs, just so that we can adapt to whatever's going on. You know, we cannot just simply go out simply because, you know, coronavirus. In Malaysia alone, we have a lot of sporadic cases, you know, and it's very difficult to, you know, go out with a peace of mind. Okay, so whatever it is that for the next 2-3 months has in store for you, you know, chop chop. Enough resting, enough. You have had good 9 to 10 months. Okay, very likely I feel, to be really honest, initially I thought that, you know, you were very likely a homemaker, or maybe you work from home and you like the idea that, you know, your spouse or your family are close to are with you all the time. So, you know, you have that family time, you have that a lot, you probably have a lot of family bonding together. And of course, you know, more with people staying at home, they have nothing to do, so they just spend their time on Facebook, they just spend their time on social media, you know, and there's a lot of mingling, there's a lot of interaction, and you find yourself, you know, oh, I really like this group of people, you know, they make me feel happy, they make me feel safe, they're so funny, I just like to be in their energy and all that. And now, you know, it can be also, I want to say it's more like, you know, you have to get up, chop chop, do your thing right now, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure you're also scared of, you know, the possible second waves, or the research of the COVID-19 cases. But one thing's for sure, you have to do something, and it's kind of like a spur. It's kind of like you have to do something that you may not willingly want to. However, I like that there's the Fool here, because usually this is a card about new beginnings, you know. You may not know where this may lead you, but you still have to do it. Okay? Alright. So, now we move on to the advice. So let's see what universe, what spirit, what source, what God has wants you to know. Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and the Magician. I like that we have the Magician here. You see, we have the Fool here. The next card is the Magician. So once you venture into this new thing, you know, it's time to chop chop. It's time to move. It's time to make things happen. That's what Magician is about. Okay. And it's also saying, as much as you know you find this so difficult, you know, actually Nine of Cups is saying that, you know, just be glad. Just be glad you still have things going on for you. Just be happy where you are. Okay? Nine of Cups is also about, it's also reminding you on how far you've come. You know, very likely you are someone who is, you know, you have things going on for you. You are someone very likely who can manage things and do them properly. You know, and some people, they just simply do their things. You know, like a china in a bull shop, like a bull in the china shop. and then the result is just bleh. But you are very likely someone who can make things happen. Okay. But one thing, okay, with the Knight of Pentacles here, it's just saying that you do what you have to do. Don't think too far. Focus on what's at hand first. I mean, you can see, you can definitely observe, observe what's out there for you, but don't be too greedy. And it's kind of like saying, okay, I know you've had your comfort here, and I know that it's very difficult for you to climb back up and to find that momentum again. So don't rush yourself. Take things step by step. You can do it. Okay? Take your time. Okay? And always remind yourself that you are good enough. Okay? Alright. So now, okay, so these are the Sacred Self-Care Oracle cards. So this is going to be very, very important for you, because this is more about how you have to take care of yourself from now to the rest of 2020. Alright? So we have hydrate, so drink more water, of course. Sound healing, interesting. Take a walk. Okay, so I think very likely you have been inside your home, under home quarantine, or at home, or somewhere enclosed for a very, very, very long time. You know, as much as we want to, take a walk, and I mean, you can take a walk. Just be careful. Take precautions. Make sure you follow the SOPs. Wear a mask, make sure you bring a sanitizer, and try to avoid as many people as possible. Don't go to crowded places. I think taking a walk is fine. I do see people walking around and jogging still without masks, but it's okay because there's no one around, right? So take a walk. Take a walk so that you to remind yourself, oh, this is what outdoors is like. This is what life outside is like. Go out there, get some fresh air. My son, during quarantine time, my son missed the sun. My son missed the sun. My child missed the sun so much that I had to clean my home balcony for him. So, and then I just invite him, come up to the balcony. Just sit outside, and take in some fresh air, relax, and he really enjoyed it. Okay, so as humans, it's very important that we have sun. For Chinese metaphysics, we call it sun. Actually gives us the yang qi. If there's two, yin and yang, and you call it yin yang. So if you are cooped up at home too much, there's too much yin energy. Okay, so that's why you feel more gloomy, you feel more slow, you feel more sluggish. So once in a while, go out there. I'm not telling you to stay under the hot sun, but having some light in the house. That's why feng shui always says have bright windows. It's very important. Not too bright. There has to be a good balance, because feng shui is all about balancing the feng shui in the qi in your house. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I digressed. So taking a walk, get out there, get some sun. Go walk around your neighborhood. It's gonna be very, very good for you. Okay. So sound healing. Okay. To be really honest, I've not done sound healing, but sound healing is also the idea of, letting that vibration heal you, letting that vibration, sound healing, the idea of sound healing is letting go, is to help you balance out your body alchemy. You can cleanse your negative energy that way as well. It's kind of like, when you use, let me think. You know how some certain crystal shops, they have this bowl, and then they'll put the crystals into the bowl, and then they will you know, that kind of bowl, that kind of sound healing, it does help you. I would say it's kind of like realigning your body vibration. Okay. I actually wanted to buy one. It's really nice. I really like the sound of it. You can try out sound healing from YouTube. To be really honest, I'm not sure how if it works as good as if you were to, you know, be in front of a Tibetan bowl or a singing bowl. What else? I've not tried, to be really honest, but you know, you can always give it a try since it's here in your reading. And for those of you who do or who have done sound healing, I would really appreciate it if you can share with us your experience in sound healing and how it can help us, you know, because I think it's nice to have a community to share your experiences, especially in sound healing or in these kind of spiritual things, because other people, they may not know yet. Okay, so you sharing your experience with us is going to help, you know, raise the collective consciousness of this earth, and hopefully we will be able to get out of this coronavirus pandemic sooner than later. Okay. Okay, finally, hydrate. This is very direct. I don't know what else to tell you. Just hydrate. Just drink more water. That's it. Okay, just be aware of how much water you're taking. You know, we are made of what, 70%, if not more, of water. So drink more water. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, let's just move on. Okay, dignity. Dahlia. A wise man has dignity without pride. A fool has pride without dignity. Okay, let's see if this connects with this one. My best self. I trust that when I'm doing what's best for me and being the happiest version of myself, the right sorts of relationships will appear in my life. That means I can let go of all my worries about the future, knowing that the only job is to be happy in this moment. While simultaneously... My camera cut me off. That's very rude. So where was I? While simultaneously attaining a cosmic level of enlightened awareness and total psychological self-actualization. So, okay, let's talk about this one first. Okay, I get it. Okay, grace. All right, let's talk about this card first. Grace, 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 grace. Hang on. Because it's very new, I don't want to miss anything out yet. Living in grace is a complex and deeply emotional experience. It involves opening yourself to and accepting all the joys and gifts of life, including love, compassion, forgiveness, and gratitude. Grace is the measure of a life well lived. Pursue the pinnacle of who we are meant to be, unburdened by the heaviness of life. This card is calling you to let go of inhibitions, and trust in a higher force to carry you to where you are meant to be. Accept who you are completely, with the flaws and gifts, and be grateful for all experiences and emotions. They make us genuinely alive and help create the amazing people we are. Okay? So, isn't this and this related? So, very likely perhaps I think that's why you have a lot of insecurities, you know, because you have to face the world again. You have to, you know, very likely you are someone who's very introverted, you know, you don't know how to you don't really know how to socialize, and you're not sure of, you know, and you very likely you're someone who always wonders what people think of you. Okay, because these three cards is all about, you know, accepting who you are, you know. Very likely you're also someone who is afraid of making mistakes, and that alone is going to hold you back, you know, to reaching your best self, to reaching who you actually are. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to, you know, you try to make the best of decisions, and if it's not the best, it's okay. All right, you don't have to beat yourself up for that. Just learn through the experiences. If you're not sure on how to make decisions, always ask for advice. Okay, You can always try Facebook groups. You can always, you know, sometimes strangers will treat you better than people that you know. All right. So all these cards is all about you having to feel, you know, holding on to your dignity. You know, don't let other people tell you who you are. You know, in other words, if people say, oh, you're stupid, if people say you're ugly, no. If, you know, just don't listen to them. All right. It's when, to me, it's more like, you know, this has happened to you. Okay. With this card here is saying, you know, when I am being my best self, only then I can attract the right person, the right people into my life. You know, actually, the idea is like this. When you are being your best self, okay, you have sets of principles and all that, people are going to come into your life. You know, you have 10, 20, 30, in a year's time, you definitely will meet new people and old people, but it is up to you to repel these people away from your life, or to ignore or get rid of all these people in your life, so that you can only have the good ones, the people who care about you in your life. You understand me? Okay, I do not agree with the idea that, you know, negative people are around us and we ignore them, you know, but they're still there, you see. And either you learn to not let them affect you, or you just flick them away. Okay, life, there's always positive and negative, there's always good and bad, there's always, you know, yin and yang. Okay, and even in Stoicism, you know, Stoicism, Stoicism, you know, I am a fan of Stoicism. I am a fan of Marcus Aurelius. Even in Stoicism, you know, if you were to expect that life is going to be good all the time, then you're going to be disappointed, because it's true. You cannot expect everyone to always agree with you. You cannot expect everyone to be good to you. You know, one thing I like about Stoicism is saying, okay, let's say for example, you know, you hear people getting scammed, falling to scams, you know, and you know, as much as you don't want to meet these kind of people, you know, but in your whole lifetime, let's say maybe 30, 40, 50 years, is it possible that you will not meet this kind of people? I don't know, and I don't know, maybe some of you really don't. Okay, for me, I have, but I have not been scammed. That's why awareness is important. Okay, but that's not the point of the story. The point of the story is saying, you know, it's not possible for you to totally ignore negative people. It's not totally, I mean, you can run away from them, you can hide from them, it's totally okay, okay? But you still have to live your life, okay? And telling yourself that, you know, I mean, yeah, everyone wants to live positively. I want good people around me all the time. Of course I do want that. But it is up to you what to do with those negative people. Okay, so like I said, either you learn to not let them affect you, ignore them, or you just avoid them from your life, run away from them, make sure you'll never see them again. Okay? What else do I want to tell you? I think you must have been a very, I would say you are nice, definitely. But you're nice to the point that people take advantage of you. And because of that, you don't allow your best self to come forward. Okay? And you can always to take care of yourself, you know, to reach your best self, you can start by this first. Take care of yourself. Okay? Because, you know, if I can take care of myself, you know, then I don't need validation from other people. I don't need other people to take care of me, because I am whole. Okay? Okay, I hope you understand what I'm saying. So let me see if there's anything else I have for you here. Actually the video is pretty long already. So this is all I have for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this is where we part ways, I wish you all the best for the rest of 2020, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. This is going to be your reading. Okay, let me put this regulated cards on the side here. Alright, so hang on. Let me arrange the cards first. Oh, you have an extra. Okay. Yeah, you have an extra card here. I actually pulled 3 for the rest. So, what has the 9 to 10 months been for you? This is what's coming for you in the next 2-3 months. So this part here, you will know whether or not this reading will resonate with you or not. So if this reading, in this first part, if this part does not resonate with you, it is totally up to you whether you want to continue the rest of your reading or if you just want to leave the reading, okay? So advice for you here. Alright, so let's see how the past 9 to 10 months has been for you. It's not bad. Magician, King of Cups, Temperance. So you had a very good, I wouldn't say good, but you have everything under control. Okay, for the past 9 to 10 months. Very likely you're someone you're just someone who can make things happen, aren't you? You are emotionally steady. You're just someone you're very protective, aren't you, with this King of Cups here? You are, you do whatever it is that you have to do in order to protect something that is very, very important to you. So because of that, because you have that right motivation, you will do anything. You will do whatever it takes. And the thing is that you are just someone who is very resourceful, very likely resourceful, and you can manage things very, very well. I'm just seeing if there's anything else I can see. Okay, so yours is very simple. The Devil, the 4 of Coins, and the Hermit. Okay, so let me see here. I need to clarify something for you. So hang on, let me find my cards. Pile number 1 and 2 also has some clarification cards, so don't worry about it, okay? Alright. Okay, so I just want to see what this Devil is about. So let's show me why the Devil is here. Why is the Devil here? Six of Cups. Give me one more. Yeah. Okay. There's going to be something that is going to keep you stuck or keep you overthinking or obsessed or obsessed with something. Okay. It's either, I want to say it's your children. It's either your children or it's either someone from the past. I mean, depending on, you have to know, you will know whether or not this resonates with you. Depending on the situation. It's such a vast change. You're doing great for the past few months, or past 9 to 10 months, and now suddenly you go into this hermit mode. You go into this energy where you are, I would say, you're scared because you don't want to lose anything. But I like that you have someone protecting you. Actually, initially here, I already can see that you have someone around you that has been protecting you, or it's more like for Chinese metaphysics we call this person 贵人, or more like a benefactor. Let's see. Let's show me more about the Four of Coins. The Nine of Coins. So what's this turning about? The Lovers. So this, okay, very likely this is very likely this is something to do with your love life, all right? Okay, Universe, is there anything that you want pile number 3 people to know about this thing? What's coming for them? Anything else? Or just give me one message here. Okay, so this. You are definitely going to go through a phase where you keep on thinking, you keep on hoping that, you know, times are just like before. So maybe for some of you, it can be that, you know, there's something that's going to happen that's going to bring you to a place where I was at a good spot, you know, I was comfortable, I did very well, and now I am in this shithole where I keep thinking about, you know, what I had or what could have been. No, and this card is just saying whatever it is that is keeping you stuck here. You know, we have the Devil, we have the Nine of Swords. Whatever this thing here that's gonna happen that's coming for you, that's keeping you this way, you have to learn to let go, even if you don't want to. Okay, Eight of Cups is always a card about, you know, you have invested some emotions into that area, and as you know, very likely even you have invested a lot of money and time and effort in it, but it's time to let go. Okay, in other words, it can simply mean, you know, you invested so much time, you know, thinking about, you know, being obsessed over something. It's time to let that go. Okay, and very likely I think you will, I mean, this card does indicate it's about love life, but let's see what happens first. Okay, are you afraid of someone? I think there's someone that's coming into your life, or maybe you already know about this person, and you seek solace with someone, maybe a friend, maybe your parent, maybe your whoever it is that's important to you, and you start to wonder about your love connections. I mean, that's just the gist of what I'm getting here. But whatever thing that's coming for you is going to send you in this hole, in this energy of you know, I keep thinking about this person, or why is this person always like coming back to me? Very likely this person is someone you know from the past. You know, it's kind of like, you know, you seeing your ex again, or you're seeing someone you knew that you had a crush on, and then you start to have these fantasies all over again, you know, and because of that, it's gonna hold you back. The idea of being so obsessed with a person is so dangerous because you forgot to live your own life. Okay, but let's see what the rest of the cards wants to tell you first. All right, so we have the Emperor, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Four of Wands. Okay, this is a warning for those of you who are already committed. All right, you're committed, you're attached. Okay, and bravo for those of you who will not stray from your marriage or stray from your relationships. Okay, but I'm not here to judge you. All right, sometimes I have done a lot of readings where a lot of people go through marriage problems. I have a few cases where they have to suffer through abusive marriage, abusive spouse, and some of them have already, you know, the marriage is not working out. You know, sometimes, you know, it's easy for us as society, you know, to have a black and white view in how marriage should work. You know, if you're married, if you don't like the person, just divorce and all that. Sometimes it's just not that simple. It's just not that simple. All right. Okay, but I mean, that's just my view, and that's just my experience of the personal readings that I've done for the past almost 2 years. Okay. Anyway, so in a way, that's just it's like this. You're doing very, very well. There will come two roads here. You either be like this, or you either be like this. Okay, very likely. So it's either you go into this state of, oh my gosh, I'm so possessed, I'm so obsessed about this person, I don't know what to do, I'm thinking about this person every day, I'm starting to think what's wrong with my love life and all that. You know, it can also be as simple as, you know, maybe you're not attached to anyone, you're single, but there's this someone that you're really, really interested, that reminds you of your ex, or, you know, oh my gosh, this is the person of my dream. When I was a child, I thought of having this person as my lover, la 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 la. Okay, you can be in this state, okay? But end of the day, the reading is still the same. The advice is still the same. That you have to stop feeding this obsession. Okay, hold your ground. Okay, being an emperor is someone who has been through it all. The emperor, for me, is all of the kings involved in the tarot. Okay, so we have the king. I'm sorry, the camera ran out of battery. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so the emperor to me is all of the kings in tarot. So we have the King of Wands, King of Pentacles, King of Cups, and King of Swords. Okay, so this is like the commander of all the kings in the tarot to me. Okay, so this person has been through it all, and because of that experience, you know, imagine being an emperor where you have to plan for wars, you have to plan the economy for the nation, for the country, or whatever, and you know, you have to take care of the heart of the people, you know, and at the same time, you know, you make them happy, you know, you make them motivated, you know. It's not easy being an emperor, okay? But the emperor here is saying that you have to, at the very least, you have to know where you stand. You have to be firm with your decisions, okay? You have to be strong and patient. And most importantly, you have to know what is good, what is for the highest good. Okay. So Queen of Cups. I think Queen of Cups is, for me, is more like about. Here to me, it's more about, you know, being able to, you know, you feel what you feel. Okay. Very likely, you had a crush on a person, or you like the person, or whatever. It's okay to feel that way, but you have to know where you stand. You have to know your life. You have to make sure about your life principles. Meaning to say, let's say, okay, you're someone who believes in marriage, you know, marriage is for life, marriage is sacred, you know, and then suddenly someone comes in and you start to doubt your life principles, you know. So these two cards is telling me, you know, where do you draw the line? Where do you actually, you know, do you be more lenient, or do you have to stick to that life principle? Okay? And for one is saying, you know what, chillax, don't worry about it. This is why the cards here is saying, you know, end of the day, this part of the card is saying, you know what, just don't worry about it. Don't be so obsessed about something that, you know, don't be so obsessed over something that you have no control over. Okay? This card is very, very beautiful, don't you think? I've not read the book yet, and I will read the book later to see what this card is about. But I really, really like this card. It's really, really pretty, and it really gives you that feeling of harmony and prosperity within a home, within family member, within family. like the cards very much. Okay, anyway, so you have 4 cards here, so let's see what the rest of the cards wants you to know. So this is actually the Sacred Self-Care Oracle cards. These cards are going to be very, very important for you, especially when you want to talk about empowerment. All right, so make a meal, sing, connect with fire, and sex. Okay, so very likely for those of you, okay, so like I said in the beginning, if you think about straying or whatever it is, you know, sex is gonna definitely help you. This is very direct. What else can I tell you? Okay, let me think if there's anything I can tell you about this card. But I like that, you know, that sex is here, you know, especially for those of you who because like I said in the beginning, it does show me that for some of you, you may be attracted to a third party. You know, sex is not just about, you know, feeling pleasure and all that. It is about reconnecting and being intimate with another person. When you think about sex, you know, it's being vulnerable to the other person. You know, you show everything to the other person, you know, and the more you hold back, the more you are just stopping yourself and the other person from the best pleasures that you both can give to each other. Okay? Before we go into Connect the Fire, because this one I have to check with the book about this, because I have no idea what this is about, to be really honest. But when we talk about make a meal and sing, so make a meal, you know, very likely you're not eating enough healthy food, or you're not getting the right nutrition for yourself. Okay, I'm not gonna be like I'm not vegan or vegetarian. I'm not gonna talk about that. But I want to talk about putting the right kind of things into your body. Okay, so I'm just trying to see how this card can connect to having a I mean, yes, we have a harmonious life. Very likely when you make a meal for you and your family, you put in a lot of effort, you put in a lot of love into the meal, right? And when you do that, you know, when you sit down with your spouse, when you sit down with your lover, when you sit down with your partner, you know, you both connect. You know, when you make meal, make it a good meal. Don't make it just because you want to save money and all that crap. When you make a good meal, it's about making sure that your other person is also getting the best, getting good nutrition, getting good food. When they get good food, when they get the right nutrition for their body, it helps their body, you know, alchemically, it's going to balance out their body. They're getting the right amount of fiber, they're getting the right amount of protein, they're making sure they get enough carbs, not too much, okay, and not too much sugar, and of course, everything in moderation, right? I mean, it's okay to have, to me, it's okay to have fried food, just not too much, all right? But make a meal here is definitely more about taking care of your body and taking care of the person that you care about, taking care of their body as well, okay? And sing. I don't know about you, but I love singing, okay? Singing just makes me feel, you know, I just sing whatever I want to sing. You know, sing in a shower if you have to. I don't need people to judge me. Whether or not I can sing well or not, it's not, you know, it's just for myself, okay? As you should too, okay? Very likely for some of you, you love to sing. You sing in the shower, you sing with a hairbrush, you sing because maybe you do have a good voice, you do have a great voice, and perhaps very likely your person, your partner, your lover loves to hear you sing, okay? And sometimes with the right, you know, when you sing correctly, when you sing with the right resonance, with the right, what's the word? When you can sing right, okay? When you can sing a song very well, that alone can, you know, make your person, make your partner fall in love with you all over again. Okay? Well, I don't know about you, but you know, if I were to listen to songs with, you know, especially those acapellas, those acoustic styles, You know, those songs really, 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 I really, really love those songs. Okay, all right. So let me check this connect with fire with you. Oops. Oops. All right. So we have connect with fire. Let me see, because I really, really do not know about this. Fire is the perfect tool for setting intentions around letting go, as well as for sending your prayers and manifestations out into the world via its smoke. Fire is one of the 5 classical elements, along with earth, air, water, and ether. But aside from lighting candles, we rarely interact with it in modern times. Yeah, except for if you're going to camp. The ritual of sitting around a fire or in a wood-burning sauna at night, especially under a full moon with a circle of loved ones, is an unparalleled experience. Cultivate a more intimate relationship with fire by coordinating a fire ritual within your community, maybe storytelling around a campfire, or organizing a sauna night or a sharing circle where you light candles. When you think about it, even if you were to, you know, do barbecues, you know, and you grill your chicken and all that, I think it's very nice as well. Candles can transform everyday activities into sacred rituals. Think of an intention and light a candle. Okay, so this is more about candle lighting then. Think of an intention and light a candle when you're taking a bath, working, meditating, or doing yoga to bring this element into your energy field. Watch the flames dance and your worries fade away as the path forward is illuminated. As you deepen your relationship with this element, you may feel the call to explore the tradition of firekeeping, where you tend to the logs and embers of fire. This role has been deeply honored by many ancient cultures who gathered around the fire doing rituals and ceremonies long before there were matches. Oh, cool. Alright, so from my understanding with fire, so it's more of just a ritual kind of thing. So very likely for those of you who have who do a lot of these rituals around fire, to be really honest, I have no experience, nor do I know anyone who has this experience. So for those of you who have experience with this fire ritual, I would appreciate it if you can share your experience with us, because, you know, I would like to know more about this. I'm really open to learning personal experiences when it comes to fire. How does it help you? What do we need to do? What do we have to do? And, you know, how can it help us? All right. If we were to talk about the candle lighting and the burning and setting new intentions, then for me this is more about, you know, it's more about the ritual, to be really honest. Okay, so in the book it says, so you just take out a piece of paper, write out the intentions on what it is that you want. Maybe, you know, if you want to stay with your lover instead of this possible person, then say, I am loyal to my person, and you can keep it. Normally I will keep it, I will not burn it unless it is something that I want to let go. And if there's something that you want to let go, then you can say, you can talk about this person instead. This person is, I no longer have feelings for this person, something, and then you burn it. You know, set intention, I will forget this person. Okay. If you have, let's say, okay, normally it's like this. No, if you have, let's say, I have feelings for this person, and, you know, you write out all the things that you feel about this person, and then you burn it. You know, because you have to let go. It's kind of like an outlet for you, isn't it? But you have to, you know, when you burn the letter, when you burn the paper, it is a sign of you, you know, this is not going to hold me back. And therefore, I'm going to burn it because it's nothing to me. I mean, depends on what ritual you're using. Ritual emphasizes your intentions. It amplifies your intentions, and that's what's important. Okay? So for those of you who have done fire rituals, if what I said is wrong, please correct me in the comments. All right? You call me out. I don't care. All right? I have no worries about that. All right? What else? I think I'm just going to stick to the fire. I don't want to talk about the candles part because I don't even work with candles. So for those of you who work with candles, please do share your experience with us in the comments. You know, I would really I really like to know about this kind of spiritualism, you know, and anything that could help raise the collective consciousness. You know, if you can help another sister, another brother, you know, to be in a more positive state, then, you know, would you not do that? Yeah. I mean, no pressure, no obligations. If you don't want to share, it's fine. Okay. All right. So what else? Okay. So let's just move on. Trumpet, Gendian, I think. Power and healing. To get what you love first, you have to be patient with what you have. Okay. No scorekeeping. I cut ties with past conflicts and make my personal life a clean, shiny slate. Beginning the moment everything is new. When an old grievance repeats itself in my head, I introduce it to my new head tenants. Tolerance and equanimity. Then I give it its stupid t-shirts and records back and tell it to leave. So very likely for some of you, I don't know why this reading just tells me that you are having some trouble within your relationship and all that. So, you know, it's like this. If you are already in a very happy relationship, very likely you are unlikely to stray, aren't you? But because sometimes we have been with a person for too long, you know, you've seen their downs, you know, and you don't like it, and you kind of keep it inside. You know, that's the problem. See, sometimes couples do talk about it. You know, they talk about it and they say, fine, okay, I forgive you, I let go. But you know, sometimes they just don't. You know, our mouth can say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. But after a while, you keep holding on to that grudge and to that negative feeling, and it's eating you up inside. Okay, try to let that go. All right. Stop keeping scores. You know, you did this to me once, I'm going to do this to you one day. No, don't do that. Cut the cycle. Okay, because if that person did something to you and you did something to them, and then that person do something to you again, you know, it's never gonna end. Okay, so you have to, you know, it's up to you. If you want to continue, you go ahead and continue. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Okay, but I'm just gonna suggest to you that perhaps it's better that you cut off the cycle, and it has to start with you. Okay, so to get what you love, you first have to be patient with what you have. Very likely, your person must have said or done something to you that stripped you away from, you know, stripped part of you away. Maybe they did something to make you feel, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough, you know. But don't try to get your person to validate you. Okay, you are already whole, but you're the one thinking that you're not whole. Okay, and no one can make you feel not whole unless you allow it. Does that make sense? All right, so let me see the last card, abundance. Okay, hang on, abundance. Let me check abundance. This card is a reminder of all you have in abundance in your life. Look beyond material possessions and money and include everything that makes your soul feel full. You may have a multitude of friends and loved ones or a wealth of little joys that you experience every day. Take this moment to acknowledge and thank the universe for all the bounty in your life. Show gratitude for your current abundances and be ready to accept new ones. Know that you walk through every day full in heart, spirit, and life. Okay, so it's more about, you know, stop focusing on what you don't have or what you can never have. Focus on what you already have in front of you. Okay, so, you know, sometimes it's like this. It's like, I wish, you know, why can't my life be better than this? And then suddenly, you know, your life was, you know, you and your person or doing good, but you know, you wish there's some excitement there. And then when there's someone who comes in and gives you excitement, and then you know, oh, that's the thing that I'm lacking, I want that, and chase that. And that's why shit happens. Okay? But you know, I lost my train of thought. What else? So this one is definitely about, it just shows me, it shows me all the problems that you have right now, to be really honest. You know, it's not that you don't have everything. You have everything, but you know, sometimes in life, there will be times where, you know, I wish I have. It's very normal. We always crave for things. You know, to me, it's a very natural thing. And when that happens, you have to stay cautious, to stay conscious about, and to be aware of what your thought patterns are. Okay? So perhaps that's why you have make a meal, you know, sex. So these two parts will help you connect with your person, connect with those, with the people, you know, your lover, your partner, and all that. And this thing, connect with fire, is something you have to do for yourself. Okay, and you have to, you know, with connect with the fire, all the score keeping, all the things you can just write down. You know, this person did this to me, this person did that to me. Throw in the fire, burn it, let go, and then don't think about it anymore. You know, for every time that thought comes up, you know, just write it and burn it. You know, and then you'll be aware of how much of that thought pattern, of how much times that you think about it, you know, because you have to prepare the fire and all that. And so, wow, I've burned 30 letters in this month, in this week, today, you know, and that's not healthy. Okay, so I also want to mention about making a meal, because making a meal it takes up a long time. Okay, I cook dinner almost every night, and just by planning, by preparing, cooking, and then after the meals, when I have to wash the dishes, well, I don't really wash the dishes, my kids do that, but just throughout the process, it's very, I would say, tedious. But at the end of the day, you have to think about what is for the highest good of everyone. Making a meal, you save up on money, you're giving the best nutritions, and you get to choose what it is that you want to feed your person. You feed your lover, feed your family, and it's healthier, definitely healthier. Okay, and just within that, you know, when you keep on focusing on that, you have no time to think about other things. So it's kind of like you're trying to reprogram your thought patterns. Okay, and sing is just something that you can, you know, when you sing, when you're in that moment, you know, you don't remember, because you don't remember anything, because you keep on focusing on how much you feel from the music, right? That's good. And sex is very, very direct. Okay, all right. Let me see what else I can see here. I hope you guys didn't hear that. That's my kid. Hang on. All right. So because they're playing Among Us, so they're killing each other. Anyway, okay. So that's all I have for you for this reading. So I hope that this reading has given you some insights. I hope that you get something out from this reading. If this is where we part ways, I wish you all the best for the rest of 2020, and I will see you next video. Bye.